Why do we need more teams involved in everything or more games involved in everything? And it all comes down to money and following the dollar. But not only do I believe or agree with Coach K that it's perfect the way it is. I mean, March Madness is still madness. You still get some Cinderella stories. You still get all of it. You can get invested. You can fill out your bracket. You get really, really into it. So from that perspective, why fix it if it ain't broke? But then also, he went on to talk about how there's going to be less Cinderella stories moving forward because of the way that the transfer portal operates. And I do think that's also true. The argument for expansion would be, well, then that gives us more Cinderella stories. And we all love these Cinderella stories, except for that might have been true 10 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago, but that's probably not true in 2026 or 27 or 28 or 29, because now moving forward, unless this thing gets sorted out on some congressional level at some point regarding the transfer portal, the way that these guys transfer all over the place, if you have at one of these mid-majors a diamond in the rough and the dude becomes a superstar in that season that he's playing for that team, he gone.
Yep.
He gone. So you're not going to have these teams that are able to retain the talent, the lesser teams that are then able to compete in March Madness. Expanding it isn't going to help expand those stories.
No, but coaches get bonuses, and ADs get bonuses.
That's what this is about.
No doubt. And to your point about, the non-P4 squads, like a George Mason making that remarkable run, many years ago, that was a senior-led team. Well, the good players on teams like that, to your point,
doesn't
aren't
exist
at
anymore.
George Mason anymore.
No.
They're not playing at St. Mary's anymore. They're transferring into bigger schools because they got offered a boatload of cash. And so expansion would be a horrendous idea when it comes to the tournament.
Yeah. I mean, heck, we were just talking about Miami of Ohio. It's an unusual story this season because they did retain a lot of their talent and their players do have some more experience. And you're seeing the fruits of that labor. They're undefeated this season, but you can't always do that in college hoops. Plenty more on ESPN Radio coming up.
Hey, what's happening? It's Q Myers from Game Night here on ESPN Radio. Coming up on the show tonight, the Cardinals moving on from Kyler Murray. Daniel Jones gets the transition tag in Indy. Teams are preparing for the new league year. What move's going to drop next? Join me, Q Myers, and Gabe Neitzel for Game Night starting at 10 p.m. Eastern here on ESPN Radio and the all-new ESPN app.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free. Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free. Really?
Really. Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9th. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's the good kid. When it comes to my ride, I don't mess around. That's why I drive an Advantage Chevy. 3 locations. Chicagoland's covered. Boom. You want a Chevy? They got every Chevy. You want savings? Oh, yeah. They've got that, too. And here's what matters most. Trust. When you walk into Advantage Chevrolet Bolingbrook, you're not getting the runaround. They respect your time. They respect your budget. They shoot you straight. Head to Advantage Chevrolet in Bolingbrook and see what I'm talking about. Advantage Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hey, it's Kap, and you know this about me. I don't put my name on just anybody. I only endorse the best. And that's why I recommend my friends at Automatic for HVAC for homes and businesses across Chicagoland. When the HVAC system isn't working, it becomes a problem fast. Automatic gets that. They're responsive, professional, and they do the job right the first time. From routine maintenance to emergency repairs, Automatic is there to keep your space comfortable. Call Automatic or visit Automatic.com. That's ATOmatic.com. And work with a team you can count on.
I am so sorry I was late. I was at the retina specialist getting my first AMD treatment. I was worried that the injection would hurt, but it was much better than I expected.
I'm so glad you're getting your AMD treated. Did you go to the same retina specialist that I see for my diabetic retinopathy?
Yes, and I was already having blurred central vision. And the retina specialist told me that by treating it early, I had a better chance of saving and even improving my vision.
It's important that we see an expert for our retinal conditions. A retina specialist also treated my son when his retina detached several years ago. The surgery saved his sight. When your vision is at risk from retinal disease, you need the expertise of a retina specialist. Retina specialists are highly trained physicians and surgeons who treat retinal conditions in adults and children, as well as severe eye trauma. If you experience blurred central vision, a curtain-like shadow in your vision, floaters, flashing lights, or wavy lines, see a retina specialist as soon as possible.
This is ESPN Chicago, WNVP, WTBC, HD2 Chicago, a good Karma Brands radio station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. The NBA and Eastern Conference leading Pistons visiting the Cavaliers on this Tuesday night. Cleveland's up 48-40 on Detroit in the second quarter. Also in the second, the Hornets at home leading the Mavs 42-33. Brandon Miller's got 13 points. Second quarter, Magic up 48-40 on the Wizards, 17 for Paolo Banchero. Raptors at home leading the Knicks 25-15 in the first. Also in the first quarter from Miami, where the Heat are leading the Nets 21-17. College basketball at the half. Number 13, Virginia with a 32-24 lead on Wake Forest. Testa Ritter has 10 points. Number 10, Texas Tech up 39-36 on TCU at the half. Christian Anderson's got 9 points on ESPN. Number 17, North Carolina at home, trailing Clemson 30-27 at the break. Number 18, St. John's at home is down 34-26 to Georgetown. On ESPN Plus, number 19, Miami of Ohio, the lone unbeaten Division I men's team remaining, leads Toledo 40-35 at the break. In a matchup of two of the three best teams in the NHL since December 28th, Bruins lead the Penguins 2-1 after one. Sabres up 1-0 on the Golden Knights. First intermission, Jason Zucker with the lone goal so far. Panthers and Devils tied at 1 after one. Mammoth leading the Capitals 2-1 after 20 minutes. 2 assists for Clayton Keller. Blue Jackets a 1-0 lead on the Predators' first intermission. The Cardinals have informed quarterback Kyler Murray they intend to release him on the first day of the new NFL league year next Wednesday, barring a trade between now and then. Arizona already owes him over $36 million guaranteed in 2026.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up Wednesday, former NBA All-Star Rip Hamilton joins us with Emmy Award-winning actor Blair Underwood in studio. That's Wednesday on The Rich Eisen Show on Disney+, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
This is Amber and Ian on ESPN Radio. Fireball.
NFL free agency is coming up. Malik Willis might be the belle of the ball. I'm not sure those are words that I ever thought I'd hear myself say. Amber and Ian is presented to you by Progressive Insurance. You can find Ian Fitzsimmons at Ian Fitz ESPN. You can find me, Amber Wilson, at Amber W Sports. So let's head out to where Malik Willis has spent the last couple years. Jason Willity from Willity and Tausch on ESPN Milwaukee. He covers the Packers for The Athletic. Do we have Willity? Oh, now he's there. All right. So Jason, thanks so much for giving us some of your time here. You know, I'm a Dolphins fan, and right now that it seems like we're pivoting away from Tua, everybody in Dolphins Nation wants Malik Willis, and it feels like that's not going to be the only destination that's going to make a hard play here for Malik Willis. So give me what you have seen from Malik Willis the last couple seasons that should make me excited if he was to come to my team.
Well, first of all, you should be excited. Instead of South Florida, now it's South Green Bay with Jeff Hafley and John Eric Sullivan, who
yeah.
I will say this, and I'm sure everyone gets excited every time they get a new coach and a new GM, and then Lord knows how often it doesn't work out. But you got two dudes that are the real deal. I mean, you really do. John Eric Sullivan, he is the straightest shooter that I've dealt with probably since Ron Wolf, who's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I'm not putting Sully there just yet, but you got a real dude there. And I think you've got a real coach too. I'm curious to see what the offense looks like. But listening to both of those guys at the scouting combine, they made no effort whatsoever to hide their affinity for Malik Willis. And that's because what they got to see up close and personal the last 2 years. Now, I'm not here to take shots at the Tennessee Titans, but
go ahead.
He's not the first. But he's not. Thank you, Ian. He's not the first quarterback to end up in Tennessee and have his career be derailed, right? I mean, Marcus Mariota's career did not go as he would have hoped. Obviously, Malik, who was the Mayo guy, Will Levis, it didn't go well for him there either. So, as reclamation projects go, what Malik Willis was able to do, not only starting and winning a game 19 days after he'd arrived in Green Bay 2 years ago, to what he was able to do this past season when they needed him. He has put evidence on tape, and what he would always say to us is that the tape doesn't lie. Just like it didn't lie when he played poorly in Tennessee. He wasn't ready. He wasn't good enough. And now he's got some tape that's really impressive, and I do believe he is the real deal. And I do think that in this league where Sam Darnold is the most, compelling reclamation project story, Malik Willis is going to be the next one.
Well, that's high praise, and that goes to show you why he is being talked about more and more as NFL free agency ramps up. What was the most impressive thing about Malik Willis, having been around him and covered him the last couple of years?
So there was when Brian Gutekunst traded for him and gave up a 7th round pick for him. We all that cover the team daily heard the same things, right? Questions about how he processed things, questions about the playbook, and I will say this, Ian, I do think, and you know this, you guys both know this, it does matter where you go.
Hell
like
yeah.
If you go to a team with incredible, institutional ineptitude, it doesn't matter how good you are because you're fighting an uphill battle. He went to a franchise with a really smart offense, with a really smart head coach, with a really good scheme. But what I think makes him a really good fit for other teams that run something similar is that he's not a running quarterback. He is a guy that can throw the football very effectively, who also happens to be capable of running. And he's not a guy that, we've all seen those quarterbacks that the first read's not there, he pulls the ball down and takes off. That's not what he did here. Even when he barely knew the playbook, that's not what he did here. He still went through his progressions. Look, he had a throw. They played the regular season game that they lost in Chicago. The press box there, legend has it that they forgot to put the press box in when they redeveloped Soldier Field, and they put it in late. And it's in like a corner of the stadium. And that corner just happened to align perfectly for me on a touchdown throw that he made to Romeo Doubs. And the way I could watch from directly behind him go through his progressions and make that throw, that was a big league throw. I mean, I saw Aaron Rodgers make those throws all the time. I've seen certainly Jordan Love make those throws somewhat frequently, but that was the kind of throw that you're like, this guy can do it. Now, does he still have a lot to prove? Does he still have to go to the right place? Is Miami that right place? Would Arizona be that right place with Matt LaFleur's brother now? I don't know the answer to that, but if he gets to the right place, and there's probably 10, 12 places that I would say could fit that bill, he's going to be a good player for them and potentially a very, very good player for them.
Here, Jason Willity on ESPN Milwaukee. He also covers the Packers for The Athletic. You mentioned LaFleur. You mentioned Gutekunst. They just both signed contract extensions. And Jason, I mean, during the season, people were questioning the future of both of those guys. So why did the Packers feel like now's the time? We need to extend the head coach. We need to extend the general manager.
So we met with Ed Policy at the end of the off-season program in June. They brought a bunch of us. You know, I know you guys love Domofsky, Rob Domofsky, who covers the team for ESPN. You know, I've known him for a really long time. I'm surprised Stosh didn't call him, but I appreciate you guys having me on.
He was busy.
Exactly. He was off watching his kids play basketball or something. But what's interesting is that we sat down with Ed Policy in like the Packers alumni suite where all the players watch the games, and we had lunch and we talked, and it was great. It was a good get to know you session with the new president. But the biggest thing that came out of it was that he didn't believe in lame duck status for coaches and general managers. And we all knew that 2026 was supposed to be a lame duck year for both Brian Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur. So we knew that was the headline story. And it ended up being something that throughout the year was like this undercurrent throughout the whole season. And then obviously they lose Micah Parsons in Denver, and they never win another game. They lose 4 straight to close the regular season. Then they blow the 21-3 halftime lead in Chicago. They lose twice to the Bears in less than a month. They're arch rivals. The Bears coach, Ben Johnson, is tearing off his shirt and saying F the Packers in the locker room. And I thought, dude, how do you come back from this? I was not in any way advocating for them to fire Matt LaFleur. But if you say you don't want lame ducks and you end the season that way, I was really worried for Matt LaFleur that he was going to get fired. And when they decided that stability mattered, I thought that is the Packers way. That makes more sense than to react. And I didn't know enough about Ed Policy to know that he would take that kind of calm, reasonable, status quo approach. That all said, like, you guys have been doing this show forever. You're awesome. I listen to you guys all the time. But if you suddenly both bottomed out and just, you're swearing on the radio and doing God knows what else, you'd still get fired. And the Packers, just because they extended these two guys, if somehow they were to bottom out next year and are 4-13, those are not going to be worth the paper they're printed on. Like, if they go 4-13, the Packers are going to move on, and they're going to say, well, that was a mistake to go with, this idea of stability really rules the day. Now, do I think that's going to happen with the roster they have, the quarterback they have, with Micah Parsons coming back healthy? I don't. But I would say that this is a really big offseason for Brian Gutekunst, because they're going to let a lot of guys from their 2022 draft class walk in free agency. They're going to not have a ton of free money to spend on free agents in the open market. And they're probably going to target guys that have been released by other teams who won't count in the compensatory pick equation, because they are banking on adding a bunch of picks in 2027 that way, because they also don't have a first-round pick this year or next year because of the Parsons trade. So Brian Gutekunst, this is a really big offseason for him. He has to deliver.
All right, I've got about 30 seconds.
Ian, real quick, if ESPN is going to fire us at any point, I do hope that they extend us first. That would
yeah, that'd be nice. Every time our boss Justin, Jason, every time our boss Justin Craig's name comes across my phone, I break into a deep sweat. So there you go. I mean,
we all do.
I've got about 30 seconds. What happened with Rich Bisaccia, one of the best special teams coordinators in all of football? He abruptly leaves the Packers and goes to Clemson with Dabo Swinney. What happened here?
Yeah, that's a great question. I have not been able to talk to Rich. I've been trying to get in touch with him. I have a great relationship with him. I think very highly of him. And he did blindside the Packers. There were certainly fans who were frustrated with special teams. If I were to guess, and this is only a guess, A, he really did want to get back to his college roots. And B, I do wonder if he looks at the way the Packers build their roster and realizes we're never really going to be good on special teams, because we're never going to devote the resources that other teams that are dedicated to special teams will devote.
There you go.
Interesting. Jason Wilde, you can check him out, of course, on Wilde and Tausch on ESPN Milwaukee. Covers the Packers as well for The Athletic. Thanks, Wilde. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Next time, Domofsky and Tausch are both unavailable. I can't wait to talk to you guys. It's always great.
You were our first choice tonight. I know it's shocking to you. He gone.
And he gone. It's slow times. There you go. All right, coming up next here on Amber and Ian. Why are the Bucks playing Giannis? We ran out of time. I was going to ask Wildy about that, but we will stick with the Milwaukee vibes right here on ESPN Radio.
NBA Saturday primetime on ESPN Radio. It's a critical showdown in OKC. The Golden State Warriors, who are fighting to escape the play-in tournament, head to Oklahoma City to face the Western Conference leading Thunder. Coverage begins Saturday at 8 Eastern, with tip-off at 8:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ABC, presented by Indeed.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL, presented by SoFi, is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL, presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune in to every match, only on ESPN.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
If you're in the market for windows, then you need to call me, Russ Armstrong, the Chicago window guy. I do things differently than those other big-name window companies. No subcontracted labor, no 3-hour-long sales pitches, simply the best product, best warranty, made right here in Chicago, all at the lowest price, guaranteed. Deal directly with me, the owner, and call the Chicago window guys today at 847-881-3060. And check out our 5-star reviews at ChicagoWindowGuys.com.
ChicagoWindowGuys.com.
This is Al.
It is our privilege to welcome in the great Al Michaels.
And this is Mike.
Mike Tirico is in our studio.
They talk to a lot of people about sports.
You know, it's always great to talk with you guys. It's my favorite call-in show.
And they enjoy talking to Waddle and Silvy the most.
I travel around the country. There's no radio show I like listening to more. I like coming on more.
So be like Mike.
I say it all the time. I love you guys. You guys are as good as it gets.
And Al.
Unbelievable.
And talk to Waddle and Silvy.
I can listen to you guys.
Afternoons on ESPN 1000.
Some things in life are preventable. Ooh, gas station sushi. Yum. That's preventable.
I'm just going to tell my boss what I really think of him.
Oh, boy. That's preventable.
Maybe a face tattoo would look good.
That's preventable, too. The Colorectal Cancer Alliance wants you to know a lot of things in life are preventable. Colon cancer is common and deadly, but that's also preventable.
Oh my gosh, it's a bear! Let's get a selfie with it.
Also preventable. The Alliance is doing its part to end colorectal cancer. Now, do yours. Get involved. And if you're 45 or older, talk to your doctor about the colon cancer screening options available to you.
Betcha I can eat 50 hot dogs in an hour.
Preventable!
Actually, Your Honor, I'm representing myself.
Go to colorectalcancer.org to learn more. That's colorectalcancer.org. And together, we can save lives.
Hey, honey.
Oh, no.
Check this out.
No.
If you miss a show
or an interview
on ESPN 1000, you can hear it anytime, anywhere through the all-new ESPN Chicago app.
We've covered a lot of ground tonight already here on Amber and Ian, and we ain't done yet. We've been talking college hoops. We've been talking NFL. The tag deadline has passed. NFL and free agency, they are coming up. If you missed anything, check out the podcast on the new ESPN app. Also, of course, we've been keeping you updated on live action. Let's get to it.
College basketball update.
Remember, Bama was down 12 at Georgia. Alabama ranked 16th in the country, and they're making a bit of a comeback. Georgia now leads 75-67 with 8:08 to go in the game. Number 10, Texas Tech at home against 19-win TCU. They're in a battle. Texas Tech up 3 right now on the Horned Frogs. Virginia now breaking away from Wake Forest. 14:43 to go in the game. 43-34. Cavs are up. And then North Carolina, another one in a battle with Clemson. 42-37, 14:56 to go in the game. Georgetown leads number 18 St. John's 48-36. And then our Red Hawks of Miami 54-45. Miami leading Toledo. Miami, the only undefeated team in big boy college basketball.
So we'll continue to keep you updated on all of the live action in college hoops, but let's talk a little bit about the NBA, because last night, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he made his return to the Milwaukee Bucks. It didn't matter. The Boston Celtics still whooped their asses, 108-81. And, I mean, Giannis, he admitted after the game that he felt rusty. He looked obviously a little rusty. I mean, there was a point that he helped the Bucks get within 9 points early in the second half. But the Celtics, they have that guard-heavy lineup. They were just relentless on the glass. They helped them quickly reestablish a very nice lead. And Milwaukee never was able to really challenge them after that. They've lost 3 in a row, in 4 of their last 6 for the Bucks. And here's my question. Why the hell is Giannis back? Like, why the hell? I mean, I guess it's going according to plan, because apparently the Bucks are still losing with him.
Yeah, but
why the hell is he playing basketball?
I think this is damn near the league mandated. You know, I mean, if the cap strain is healed, you know darn good and well Adam Silver wants the biggest names on the floor, that whether you're trying to tank or not. That's the only thing I can come up with, because when he got hurt and he voiced his opinion before the All-Star break, right? Well, hey, I want out, basically. You know, it's not going well here right now. It's amazing. It felt like he was going to be Milwaukee forever when they were winning. It's amazing how losing can put a sour taste on your palate. And that's exactly what happened with Milwaukee
forever.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. I think this whole thing just seemed like it was a big marketing campaign to me. I mean, this whole song and dance bull bleep that we did, I was incredibly disappointed in Giannis. Then he comes out and we find out that he has a stake now in the futures market because he quite literally invested in a company.
Well,
that's a
Kalshi
futures
or
market
whatever it is.
prediction company, that Kelshi company or whatever. And so then all it did was feel like Giannis disrupted the headlines, pretended like he wanted out of Milwaukee, rather Freudian slip there, that he wanted out of Milwaukee in order to just make movement there. $20 million rolls into the company that he invests in. Bada bing, bada boom. Giannis laughs it off, wants to be in Milwaukee. This just feels like Giannis bleeping with everybody and bleeping with us all. And now, after this latest experience, I don't want to do the Giannis song and dance anymore. I don't know if I believe at all that he's leaving Milwaukee. Kendrick Perkins does, apparently. Kendrick Perkins thinks one of the reasons that Giannis is back playing, even though the Bucks have nothing to play for, in fact, it's in the Bucks' best interest to continue to lose. Perk thinks that it's because this is Giannis's last go in Milwaukee. Take a listen.
This is why I love Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? He know they don't have a chance in hell of getting in the play-in tournament or the postseason or even trying to make a run to be a legit threat in the Eastern Conference. Giannis is doing this for the fans of Milwaukee and the city of Milwaukee. I call this the Giannis Antetokounmpo farewell tour, meaning that he's going to put on the remaining part of this season to give the fans what they want before he exit out of Milwaukee this offseason. When you look at this roster and you look at the standings, the Hornets, they're going to continue to stay in that play-in, playoff range. The Hawks, they're playing well. They just won three or four games straight. Jonathan Kuminga is thriving well under them. And so I just don't see the Bucks catching those teams. This is not about the organization of the Milwaukee Bucks, more so about Giannis pleasing the fans in the city by going out there and laying everything on the line for his last time in the Bucks uniform.
Maybe.
If I was a Bucks fan, Ian, I wouldn't want him out there laying everything on the line because I'd want my team to get as high of a draft pick as possible. And that's the dirty little secret.
And you don't want him getting hurt. Well, I guess he's a free agent anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
If he's leaving you anyways, because Perk is acting like he's doing them this big favor. If he's leaving them, but he's giving them this farewell tour. All right, but you're also ruining our opportunity in the lottery doing it potentially.
Who knows? I think this was more league mandated, where if you're healthy, get your butt on the floor. Because this tanking thing by a third of the league it's embarrassing. Josiah was telling, hey, Josiah, what was it? What team did you tell me last night in our pre-show meeting?
So, yeah, the Utah Jazz, they sat down Lauri Markkanen. He had an injury, and so they were saying. And
that's right.
Adam Silver had some officials sent to Utah to check in on Lauri to make sure that injury was legit.
That's where we are now.
So I just think that's what Giannis is doing. I think he's trying to kind of keep the heat away from the Bucks, quote-unquote, tanking.
I mean, that's where we are, where the league is sending their own docs to check out if an injury is legit. We had Joel Sherman on, from the Westgate Sportsbook and Casino, saying, look, we didn't do it, but some of the bigger monster books have made phone calls to the NBA commissioner going, it's hard to set lines right now. I mean, and that is a big part of every sports business. Follow the dollars. I refuse to bet on the NBA. I won't do it. Our buddy Lance Taylor, outstanding handicapper from the Next Round Live, he's one of the best in the business that I've known for 20 years. He still sends me NBA picks, and I won't play him. I refuse because I don't trust any of it right now. I mean, none of it. So going back to Giannis, though, did he look rusty last night? Yeah, and he still had a damn double-double. They got their butts kicked in Boston, even with Boston sitting Jaylen Brown. But the only thing I can come up with is this is league mandated. If you're healthy, get your butt on the floor.
Evan Cohn, they were talking about this on Sportsman. He made the point that we can't talk about these things out of both sides of our mouths. We can't go ahead and hammer teams for tanking and then also question why Giannis is playing. Take a listen to Evan.
We can't critique the NBA and sit there and say, well, look at Utah. They shut down this guy. They shut down that guy. And then get mad because the one guy who is like, no, I'm coming back because technically, mathematically, we're still alive. And if I, meaning Giannis, can find a way to scrap and claw my way into that play-in, look out. I'm coming for you.
I mean, I guess, but if you're a Bucks fan, do you even want them to scratch and claw into the plan? And here's the truth. Right now, it doesn't matter because right now they still lost. I mean, they were playing a very good team, so they still lost. Antetokounmpo's coming back from a 15-game absence. I don't know if it's what the Bucks ultimately want, and frankly, I wouldn't know. I don't know if I'd be risking more further injury to Giannis either.
I'm fascinated that there's still part of you that believes that he ain't going anywhere. This is just a big dog and pony show.
Yeah, I think it's a big dog and pony show at this point.
That's very interesting.
I was very disappointed with Giannis when it came out that he had invested in Kelce, and it seemed, the next day, it was just such, after, the trade deadline passed, it all just felt like a marketing campaign. A lot of things Giannis does at this point feel like that. Coming up next, we head back to the NFL right here on ESPN Radio.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up on Wednesday's show, former NBA All-Star Rip Hamilton joins us with Emmy Award-winning actor Blair Underwood in studio. Plus, the latest around the NFL and spring training. That's Wednesday on The Rich Eisen Show on Disney+, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Update your living spaces with new flooring. Mohawk laminate floors are durable and easy to install, making them perfect for active households. Enjoy the look and feel of wood flooring with Mohawk Inspirations waterproof laminate flooring on sale now through March 8th. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
When it comes to my ride, I don't mess around. Advantage Chevrolet. 3 locations. Chicagoland's covered. You want a Chevy? They've got it. You want savings? Oh, yeah. Most important, trust. No runaround. They shoot you straight. Advantage Chevrolet Hodgkins. Together, let's drive.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNChicagoContests.com.
That's ESPNChicagoContests.com.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation is 100% committed to supporting groundbreaking cancer research. We give 100% for life-saving research victories, 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments, 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We know cancer research is working. Over the last 30 years, an estimated 4.5 million lives have been saved thanks to game-changing research breakthroughs. But there is more work to do. That's why the V Foundation continues to fund the best of the best in cancer research. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Learn more at v.org.
Chicago's home for sports is in your home through your smart speaker. Just ask Alexa or Google to play ESPN Chicago.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi on ESPN. It's 2 teams currently tied for 4th and the final double bye for the ACC tournament. Number 17, North Carolina leading Clemson 47-46 midway through the second half. Number 13, Virginia up 51-41 on Wake Forest midway through the second half as well. Cavaliers can clinch the 2 seed in the ACC tourney with a win. 13 minutes left in the second half. Number 10, Texas Tech trailing TCU 48-47 on ESPN Plus. Number 19, Miami of Ohio, the lone unbeaten Division I men's team remaining, leading Toledo 61-58, 6.5 minutes to go in regulation. Number 5, Florida on a 9-game winning streak, up 24-23 in the first half on Mississippi State in a game on the SEC network. The NBA and Eastern Conference leading Pistons visiting the Cavaliers tonight. Cade Cunningham's got just 8 points. Detroit's down 65-60 to Cleveland in the third quarter. Also in the third quarter, Hornets up 59-52 on the Mavericks, who are again without Cooper Flagg for an 8th straight game due to injury. Magic leading the Wizards 57-54 at the half, 18 points for Paolo Banchero. Knicks with a 50-39 second quarter lead on the Raptors. Karl Anthony Towns, 13.6 rebounds that game in the second quarter. Spurs in the first quarter leading at the 76ers 16-6. Thunder up 22-12 on the Bulls in the first quarter. OKC is 17-4 versus the Eastern Conference this season. In a matchup of 2 of the 3 best teams in the NHL since late December, Bruins up 2-1 on the Penguins in the second. Also in the second, Golden Knights, once down 3-0, have gotten within 1. Trail the Sabres 3-2, second period.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Wednesday, Adam Schefter told us that the asking price for A.J. Brown is currently too high. I'll tell you why one contender should ante up no matter what. It's on Sportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Presented by Progressive Insurance. One thing has Ian hot. He wants to sound off about it. You can find him at Ian Fitz ESPN to get all of his hot takes that his daughters post on his social media because he doesn't have access to it. You can also find me at Amber W Sports.
You love that so much.
It cracks me up that your daughters run your Instagram account. And also, I'm a little
I handle
bit jealous
Twitter. They handle the gram. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you do. You navigate Twitter. When the gram got popular, you're like, I can't do this.
That was too overwhelming.
I quit
Facebook. That was a big farce, right? There you go. So anyway, I just got a little comfortable in this conversation.
That we have to do here. ESPN Radio. I think everybody just heard that loud and clear. Let's keep it moving
Josiah
with our
got
jobs
me.
that we
He
love.
covered
No one
me.
heard that, I promise you.
Josiah got my back. Appreciate you, Josiah.
We're going to keep it going.
It rhymed with
jobs
it.
that we
There
love
you
so
go.
much
'Cause I'm getting off. This one really hacked me off coming out of the combine. And when I was furious when I saw this. And what I'm about to tell you sums up how classy KC Concepcion, All-American wide receiver, return man for Texas A&M, how classy he is. Because when he was at the podium, a lot of America, I guess, for the first time, learned that he has a speech impediment.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people on social media made fun of him. And so what does he do? And first of all, here's Casey Concepcion at the podium, and I didn't know this, and I've covered him for a couple of years now. When we had A&M 3 or 4 times this past season, including the college football playoff game against Miami. So I've been around him a bit, and I had no idea that his dad was a diehard Buffalo Bills fan, and he was born in upstate New York. So when he was asked about the Bills, here's the outstanding wideout from Texas A&M.
My meeting with the Bills, it went really well. I'm actually from,